Assalamu alaikum. Today I read an article that compelled me to make this video because I was very much shocked and I actually have no words to express it. I have no idea how many of the people on YouTube or generally know about this case, because you won't find any news about this in any Western media outlets, which is to say that the global media outlets, because the Western media is the global media. The rest don't even hold a candle to it. So you won't find any news of this on there, but actually it's old news now. It's 4 years old actually. This is about prisoner number 650. Prisoner 650 being held at the Bagram prison in Afghanistan. She is a Pakistani woman. Okay, she is a Muslim woman being held and being tortured at Bagram the Bagram prison in Afghanistan. She is also known as the Grey Lady of Bagram, prisoner 650, and some of us know about Muazzam Beg, the person who runs the website Cage Prisoners. I'll put up a link to that in the description area. While he was being tortured, at Bagram, he himself was being tortured. He could hear the screams of a woman coming from the room next to his. A woman screaming in pain as she's being tortured. At first he thought that, oh my God, they brought my wife here, that my wife is being tortured. That was a thought that came into his mind. But it was not his wife. So after he got free, I don't know how some details came to light, but they found out that it was another woman who has been there for 4 years. And the US military actually denies that they're holding any woman prisoner like that in Bagram, but there are other prisoners over there who have also heard her screams as she was being tortured. This story held so much credibility that Yvonne Ridley, we know about Yvonne Ridley, the lady journalist, the Muslim journalist from the UK, she actually went over to Pakistan to investigate about this, and she's currently stirring the waters. There are some Pakistani politicians who've also jumped in on the case. Pakistani media reported on it. In fact, if you Google prisoner 650 or the Grey Lady of Bagram, all you'll come across is articles from some Gulf newspapers and Press TV of Iran and one or two other sources, but mostly Pakistani sources. So actually, the way I came to know about this is I went to kalamullah.com, a great website. I encourage everyone to go there. So many great lectures, books, everything is over there. And Imam Anwar al-Awlaki's latest article was on that website, and that article is about this prisoner 650, a Muslim sister of ours, being held at Bagram she has been held for 4 years by the Americans, and she's being tortured and whatnot. And so this is terrible news. This is really terrible news. I'll put up the links to the different articles that I came across. I looked up on YouTube, and I think only one Brother Islam Debate has actually made a video about this. The reason that I am making a video about it is to spread some awareness about this case. And so if more brothers and sisters choose to jump in on this case and make videos and raise awareness about this, that's cool. But anyways, it's horrible. From time to time, there are small leaks in the Iron Curtain. back in the day, during the days of the Cold War, they used to refer to the Eastern Europe areas and what was going on in the Soviet Union as the Iron Curtain. That the Soviet leadership, they wouldn't allow any news of what was taking in the areas under their control. They wouldn't allow any news of that to escape to the outside world. Similarly, we have an American Iron Curtain, okay, in Afghanistan and in Iraq. The reality of Iraq is horrible. What the American mercenary organizations are doing there, what the American army itself is doing there. I mean, I believe the Winter Soldier conference, or the Winter Soldier series of testimonials was held in Washington, where I don't know, like 100, 200 or how many soldiers came forward, and they described what the atrocities they themselves had committed or they had seen being committed. That went unreported in the American media, and that was happening in Washington, in USA, in the land of free speech and whatnot. So in such an environment, the news of a lonely Muslim woman being held at Bagram Air Base for over 4 years, being tortured, whose screams have been heard by other prisoners of the same prison, that news of her would never surface, that no one would ever know about it, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me at all. But I encourage people to at least become aware of it. I mean, for those of us who do have some clout, they can actually do something about it, write some letters, whatnot. But anyways, so now you know. So please have a look at the articles that the links to which I'll post in the description area, and if you choose to make a video about this case yourself, I think that's a very good idea. At the very least, it will spread awareness amongst the general public, people who blame Muslims for everything and who don't realize that whatever is happening in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in Palestine is actually a backlash to the brutal repression, occupation, and simple destruction of life and property being done by these outside agents. So yeah, that's about it. Walaikum assalam.